Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Shenanigamers podcast for a very special episode. I'm joined here by Mark, Felix, Phil, and Frank, the usual crew. And today, we're doing another movie review. We're doing it for Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, before we begin, I just want to give you guys a quick spoiler warning. We are fresh from watching the movie as well, so we have a lot to talk about.
Like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, like 10 minutes ago. Yes, exactly.
It's explaining too.
Literally 2:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Late at night.
We just finished watching the movie.
Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
It'll be going up on Thursday.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, it's Thursday.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to...
usual release day.
Yeah, I just wanted to start off. Let's go with a round table. We'll start with Frank.
Oh.
How did you like the movie?
Okay. So from watching it, watching it recently, like we all predicted what we saw, and we did get some explanations, and then the whole spoiler alert, reveals. I'm like, okay, but it was really, really interesting to see two sides of the whole movie. I see Mark and Felix's face right now, just like they want to explain the whole movie right now. But to me, it's like you gotta have one winner, and we did see that winner coming triumphant, and we're excited to
Kong triumphant?
pretty much. But I would say Godzilla.
No.
Godzilla. No,
Hold
Godzilla
up.
was the one.
I don't want to interrupt you there, but Godzilla definitely won this movie.
You just said Kong. Oh, sorry. You just said Kong triumphant.
Well, little coward wise.
I mean, he had his own victories, but overall winner was Godzilla. There's no doubt
Continue,
about
Frank.
that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
well, okay, I'm gonna reveal my point of view because I know Mark and like I said, Mark and Felix are gonna go Godzilla.
Yeah, they're
on
going
this.
last.
So I'm gonna do a little short review. So I would give it a 9 out of 10. It is a lot of movie action, other than the last MonsterVerse movies like Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters and Kong Skull Island. But I would say this is like the kaiju movie of 2021. So yeah, Phil, what do you think about the movie?
Thought it was really good movie. You're touching me. It was a really good movie. I liked, the fighting and everything. Yeah, I just.
So let me ask you something. You just saw the original, like, what was it 1963?
1963.
King Kong versus Godzilla. Did you notice any like similarities between the newest one that we just watched and the old one?
Yes, but I'll let you guys talk about that because I know you guys.
Okay,
are
just give me one. Just give me one.
one.
Like one thing you noticed from the old that was in the new.
Well, the one that both of you like was the one where he got his stick shoved down his mouth.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But
So-
go ahead, because I know you're dying. I know you're dying to talk about it, so go ahead.
So what's your rating though?
I don't want to give it a rating yet.
You're still that's how
still.
blown his mind is from watching the
He has to
movie.
watch it twice.
All right, Felix, do you want to go?
No, I want to
You can
go.
go first.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
we'll go
go
last.
ahead,
We'll go last. Sorry, we're a little hyped up right now.
So overall, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. This is probably the most fun I've had watching a kaiju film. I thought the action was cool, and I was surprised by it, which I wasn't really surprised by King of the Monsters. And I thought I think we saw Godzilla 2014 in the theater together, Mark.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie, but I wasn't like blown away by it. I was like, oh yeah, it's a new Godzilla movie, awesome.
Yeah.
This one I was surprised by because there's like so many different sci-fi elements, and I knew that there was going to be a Mecha Godzilla in it. Even without your guys' discussion, there was a little peek in the trailers.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of surprised by all the sci-fi stuff in it. Sorry, I'm really tired right now. I'm trying to think. I didn't hate I didn't really care for the human
But this
story.
was like you said earlier, this was like your favorite human
Yeah.
story for
Yeah,
the
but I
Monsterverse.
didn't care for like the Godzilla side of the human story at all.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it at all. But the Kong side of the human story, I was actually kind of interested by, and I actually cared about one of the characters, the little girl. But yeah, overall, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. Now we turn it to you guys. You guys are gonna
All right,
fill the
Mark,
rest
you want
out.
to go first?
No, you can go first.
All right, so I really don't like the movie. It was trash. I'll give it a 2. All right, Mark.
You're full of crap. You're full of crap.
No, I absolutely loved this movie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was,
Like during the movie, me and Felix would look at each other eye
I
to
had
eye.
nonstop smile on my face.
Yeah.
You guys were making the room vibrate.
That's good.
That's how much you guys were jumping. You're like,
That was mostly me too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
the
all of
movie
you
was
guys.
great. Oh my god.
I will say this. I like. Don't get me wrong. King of the Monsters, I love just because if you've seen the older ones, like those characters in the new like modern look was awesome. But this movie was
King of the Monsters
literally
was the best MonsterVerse movie until now.
yeah. I was about to say until now.
Until
Like,
now.
That's
This
hard to
movie-
beat too.
Yeah. Oh my god. King of the Monsters had so many classic Godzilla villains and heroes all fighting each other. It was great. This movie, there's, I would say, 3 main kaijus. And this movie, even though there's only 3, it was way better.
Yeah. Like
Action, character,
that's crazy too. Because if you think about it, the last movie had King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah,
and,
the most,
like,
probably the
Mothra.
second or most powerful kaiju ever.
Oh, after seeing this movie, I think Mechagodzilla would easily beat King Ghidorah in a 1v1 fight.
It'd be, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, like okay, so if you've seen like any old-fashioned Godzilla movie in the past, like that Mechagodzilla was strong, yeah, but this one that they like brought into the modern era, oh my god, he's hella OP.
All right, yeah, okay, let's talk about Mechagodzilla. Okay, this Mechagodzilla is the most powerful Mechagodzilla ever out of every movie,
Even Godzilla Earth.
especially Godzilla Earth.
Yeah, that one's like
The original
eesh.
Mechagodzilla would beat Godzilla Earth
Or
Mechagodzilla.
Godzilla City or Mechagodzilla City, right?
Yeah, that
That's
thing
what it's
did
called.
nothing. Yeah, it
Ugh,
was
that's
Mechagodzilla
gross.
City. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's not talk about the anime anymore. It sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, this Mechagodzilla was okay. First off, this entire movie is brutal. All right, and when Mechagodzilla finally comes into play, he steps it up an entire fucking
Yeah.
10 notches of brutality.
Like, here's the thing. Like, Mechagodzilla basically comes out right after Godzilla and Kong have their, like, big main event fight. And that's hard to follow up because the movie literally is called Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh yeah,
And Mechagodzilla comes in and just, like, raises the bar even further. And I was just like, holy crap. How do you, like, amp it up more? You bring an OP Mechagodzilla in.
I was surprised by how much Mechagodzilla wiped the floor with Godzilla
Yeah. 'cause-
initially, you know?
No, because even in the past, they're, like, pretty equally matched. Or Godzilla's, like, usually a bit stronger no matter what.
Godzilla's usually a bit stronger. It's just that Mechagodzilla's always had so many more weapons and ways of attack
Yeah.
that he's able to keep at least a foot ahead of
this
Godzilla.
one,
But this
holy
one,
crap.
like I said, it was the speed, the brutality,
Oh,
the
yeah.
strength.
He literally curb stomped Godzilla.
He threw Godzilla in a building and then curb stomped Godzilla's head through the building even more.
Yeah.
This movie's brutal in the combat.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed the shot where it was those two fighting, and then it was from like a boardroom in like an office building, and you just see it through the window, and I was like, wow,
It's a classic Godzilla shot.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, it must suck to be those guys, and then he just shoves Godzilla's face in there,
Yeah.
and then I was like, yo, yeah, it must really suck to be those
Yeah.
guys.
I think it was cool when they did like the beam battle. Like Mechagodzilla does his breath and Godzilla does his
Yeah,
breath
because they
and
did
it
that in King of
connects.
the Monsters with Ghidorah.
Yeah, and
a
then,
little bit.
yeah, and then like Mechagodzilla's like, all right, I'll amp it up, and Mechagodzilla literally like burns Godzilla.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla destroyed Godzilla. Mechagodzilla in this movie shoots like a giant Death Star beam out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And Godzilla's shooting his atomic breath beam. And the Mechagodzilla just destroys Godzilla in that battle. Like, this is the most one-sided beam battle that ever happened in a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it was the most one-sided fight I've ever seen in a Godzilla
Oh my
movie
god!
too.
Yes. Yeah. I also want to say I called that Mechagodzilla was gonna be Ghidorah.
Oh yeah, you easily called
in
that.
the movie. Yeah, before this movie came out, I said the way they're gonna do Mechagodzilla is the way they did it in the second series, where they're gonna incorporate the bones of I said either a Godzilla or Ghidorah, because in King of the Monsters he rips off the Ghidorah head.
Yeah.
And in this movie, they literally do that. They have the Ghidorah skull hooked up.
I think his
to-
brain's in there too.
Yeah, because they have the guy inside hooked up,
Yeah.
and to order to control. All right.
Mechagodzilla, yeah.
Yeah, and the Ghidorah skull takes over.
Yeah, when he has a sufficient amount of power, he literally takes over. It's kind of like when you see, just an example, Megatron take over Galvatron's body in Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like the same thing where once Galvatron's body's all, like, 100% perfect, like, Megatron's consciousness, like, transfers
It was the
over.
exact same. It was instant. I called that.
Yeah, like, you called that for a T.
I was like literally, it was shot for shot.
Yeah.
All right, we powered him up, turned it on, like Pacific Rim drift with the skull to, control the Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
And the moment they did that, the Ghidorah skull took over, fried the dude's brain, killed him,
Yeah.
and then was like, I'm gonna go fuck up Godzilla. I want a rematch.
All right.
Yeah, and it was the dude's son.
Yeah.
too.
Okay. So just to kind of go into that, Dr. Serizawa's son's in here, and I feel like they wasted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing I probably didn't like about this movie. Is like they had him in there, and it would have been cool for him to have like that revenge plot, like oh, because of Godzilla, my dad died, but they didn't really go with it, and I would have rather had that than the Godzilla story we had in this movie. You know what I mean?
If you're not listening carefully too, you miss it because they say his name really quick.
Yeah. Like. If
They
Yeah,
say
they
it
only
like
say
they
it
say it
twice.
a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. They say it like three times at most.
They say it really quick and move on.
Yeah. And I feel like it was kind of a waste of a
Because
character.
the first time I heard him, this is whatever Serizawa. I was like, what? Is that Serizawa's son?
Yeah.
And the second time I was like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. That was probably the only like letdown in the movie for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I was expecting like the revenge plot, and then that's why he helped build Mechagodzilla, but they didn't really touch on it. You just kind of have to guess that's what his motives were, but you don't really know because he doesn't have much screen time, and I feel like, in my opinion, he was just a wasted character.
Yeah, he wasn't easily a wasted character.
Yeah.
He was there just to control the Mechagodzilla for like 0.1 seconds.
Yeah.
And they just straight up kill him with that shock.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
over feedback or whatever.
Yeah, like Ghidorah skull immediately just kills him and takes over.
Yeah.
I do really like how like cyberpunk this movie was.
The
Like
Apex company was
Yeah.
I called the sci-fi element in this movie as well because
Yeah.
on the toy leaks they announced a little spaceship thing called a Heave. It was like a Hollow Earth aerial vehicle. I was like, okay, so they're probably gonna have some sci-fi elements. I expected it because of the Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
Because like when have we had anything that's super sci-fi-ish like this? Because in King of the Monsters they did have the giant airship called the Argo flying around,
Well, I
acting
think
like a little mini base carrier thing.
the sci-fi element in King of the Monsters was the fact that they acknowledged Ghidorah as an alien.
Yeah, that
But
too.
they didn't go into it. They didn't fully go into like the Godzilla sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like in the older like 80s
No,
movies.
I felt that's good. It fit
Yeah,
the
no.
universe at the time, and this
Yeah.
one steps it up a whole lot.
But it makes sense,
It does make sense, yes.
which is good. Like it's not too far-fetched. You know what I mean? To where you're like, yeah, that's not really believable in that world.
Yeah, so the evil company in this movie is called Apex Cybernetics or whatever.
Yeah.
And what they have is they have a base in Florida and a base in Hong Kong, and they have a little mini tube that connects underneath like underground railway system. That's like what Elon Musk wants to build the magnetic railroad that shoots the thing at like 1,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome to write in though.
Oh my god, the
Yeah.
G-force, those people would have been dead.
Yeah, in real life, they
Yeah.
probably would have been dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see because you see it, you're like, holy crap, this is sci-fi.
Yeah.
Because the company is huge. They have like giant underground headquarters inside mountains.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they need to if they're going to build like a Mecha Godzilla.
They built a Mechagodzilla. They built a testing room for him too.
Oh, that first test, I was like,
It's
whoa.
huge. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a testing. This room's huge. This
Yeah.
company's crazy.
When I
They-
saw the scratch marks when the Millie Bobby Brown's character and like the other two guys go in there, I was like, I saw the scratches
you
and the
see all the
scorch
scratch marks and the blood. I was like, something big's inside there.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be a skull crawler. I kind of wanted it to be a Titan they introduced in the previous movie, like Behemoth or Methuselah.
Yeah, I wanted it, but the one they see because when they stow away in the little cargo pod thing that gets railroaded, in the underground railroad thing.
Yeah.
They have like little skull crawler, eggs and whatever inside there. And I was like, oh, kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, they're testing
kinda,
Mechagodzilla on a little wimpy skull crawler.
Yeah, like Kong could beat when he was a juvenile.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you guys want to add anything? We're kind of like
We're talking
hogging all
on the sci-fi
mic,
element right now.
Yeah, so I just really like how when Kong was in the Hollow Earth area, when they were starting, or it was like when Godzilla drilled the hole into the earth, and then Kong just started going crazy because the evil dude who runs the company, his like daughter or whatever, she was trying to extract stuff and
Yeah.
do her bad guy stuff, and then Kong just grabs her heave and just crushes it.
Yes, he looks into it to make sure it's not anybody he cares about, and
Movie
then
is
just
brutal, like I said.
Yeah,
squeezes it. Yeah,
I really enjoyed all the Hollow Earth stuff too.
it looked beautiful too.
It was like
Oh, yeah.
super like fantastical, and I wasn't expecting it at all. I was like, this is kind of awesome.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
go deeper into the Hollow Earth in this movie than they did in King of the Monsters. Because in King of the Monsters, they do go into the Hollow Earth, but they use the underwater system that Godzilla uses.
Yeah, because in Kong Skull Island they mention it as a theory.
That's
and
when
then
they first
yeah.
bring it up.
And then King of the
Skull Island is
Monsters.
like a exit.
Yeah, King of the Monsters basically like confirms it exists, and then this movie they're like
They go in it in King of the Monsters. They go to the Godzilla city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, the giant Godzilla city where you have giant Godzilla statues where he goes as like his home base.
oh yeah, that technically was the Hollow Earth, huh?
Yeah, and this one I feel like they go even deeper in it.
I
It's
thought
like
it was
the center
cool.
of the
I
Earth.
thought the coolest part of the Hollow Earth was how it was like upside down and like you know what I mean. It had two.
Yeah, it was like those
Like-
kind of
It
like
was like
gravity levels in video
It
games.
was like an
Yeah.
inner sphere. You know, it was like a sphere inside a sphere where the inner sphere has its
Yeah.
surface, and then above it is the inside attic of the outer sphere. So
it's
there's like
very
two
hard-
surfaces.
It's very hard to explain. It's like
Yeah,
two
you have
surfaces.
to
You
see
have
it,
to
yeah.
watch the
Yeah,
movie.
Well,
you have to watch
Dr.
it.
Nathan explained it. Like when they go down the hole, like once they go down the hole, they're not gonna get dropped down. It's just like vertical, like
Yeah, because
going up.
gravity
the
starts
gravity
acting
flips.
weird
Yeah.
in order to sustain it. Actually, if you played Halo Wars, the first one, it's kind of like that when they go into the former of the planet.
Yeah,
That shield world, it's kind of like that where there's
Yeah.
two,
yeah.
a little bit like that.
It's kind of hard to explain it word wise because it's so weird, but it was so cool.
It was beautiful too.
Yeah, it was like bright and vibrant and like
the CGI as a whole for this movie was pretty good.
it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be kind of like iffy in some points, like where it gets really, but they didn't spare it.
No,
They spared no expense.
Especially with like the Mechagodzilla and the Godzilla fight, I was like, how much money did this film cost to make?
Yeah, because like even that fight didn't look bad. It looked really good, and it was daytime. Finally, like during the day, you see Godzilla in the day and like fighting, which I was like, really,
Yeah, I think he looks better in the daytime too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like him at night because when he does his breath, you can see it better and everything, and it glows.
where his plates light up and
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
And you can see all the detailing. But I'm like happy they finally added a daytime fight scene because in all his solo movies, it's in the dark. Like, you don't see him fight at night or in the daytime.
Yeah, I would
sorry.
say Godzilla most of the time appears at night.
Yeah, which kind of. But this one, they're like, okay, the main event fight, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla versus Kong, is like right in the daytime,
I
right in the
also
morning.
thought it was cool how Kong's little axe thing was made from like a Godzilla spike.
Yeah, that was spoiled with the toy releases as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wish that was like the one thing I wish didn't get spoiled for me. But like,
Although the how it works was not spoiled, and that was pleasing.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
I want to continue on Hollow Earth for a little bit with the war
yeah,
bat
go
with
for
the
it.
new kaiju,
Yeah.
the flying snake thing.
That was cool.
It was cool, but I was also kind of disappointed in how shortly lived
Yeah.
that was. Godzilla or not Godzilla?
I think they-
Kong just destroys it.
I think they
immediately.
did that to prove that Kong is an alpha.
Yeah,
Because you don't really see him fight anything besides a skull crawler in Godzilla the first time. But to be fair, that first fight is very one-sided because when they first fight, they're in the water. They're in the ocean, like middle of the ocean.
And
so-
you don't mess with Godzilla in the water.
No.
No.
Because even Michael Dudry said in the King of the Monsters, if they didn't drop the oxygen destroyer, he would have won that fight underwater with
yeah.
Ghidorah.
It was easily
Yeah.
Godzilla was going to kill Ghidorah in the water.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Until the
Yeah.
oxygen destroyer came.
Yeah.
And in this one, Kong barely survives.
Yeah. The humans had to help
the
him.
humans literally play dead. They help Kong out a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And Godzilla's like, all right, I got some other things
That
to
was
do.
kind of
Real quick,
like
I'll be back.
That was kind of like a hollow victory in my opinion for
Yes.
Godzilla, because it wasn't like a fair fight. So I didn't really. I knew that wasn't going to be the main fight. If you've seen the first trailer, you know the main fight's in a city. You know what I mean? Because he has the axe and he's jumping and he's deflecting
in
the
Hong Kong.
breath.
Yeah, in neon Hong Kong.
Yeah. which I thought was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
That was an
Yeah.
awesome
Hong Kong,
fight
pretty
scene.
city.
Oh, I thought it was good in the movie too, seeing them fight like square on. And I love how they both did like their intimidation thing. Like Godzilla slaps his tail on the floor like an alligator would in the wild, where they slap their tail against the water, and then Kong like beat at the
Godzilla's
ground.
always done that in the old movies too. When they're about to fight
Yeah.
Godzilla and another monster, he'll stand there, he'll roar, he'll slam his tail on the ground, and he'll throw out his arms, the claws, and like, yeah, come at me.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
Godzilla.
Kong did his like very gorilla thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, he pounded the chest, he pounded
Yeah.
the ground, and did his own war, which was fitting.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, and it didn't come off cheesy either.
No, the
Like, you know what I
posturing
mean?
between the two, they do it a lot. The posturing between Kong and Godzilla, that happens a lot.
Yeah,
They roar at each other a lot.
yeah, which is good because you kind of want them to. They're two like ancient rival alphas fighting for dominance. I mean, they literally say in the movie they went to war with each other like their ancestors did.
Yeah, which is also a thing from the original Kong versus Godzilla, King
Yeah.
Godzilla versus
Yeah,
Kong.
they kind
Because
of
in the original,
yeah.
they mentioned that Godzilla and Kong are ancient rivals.
yeah,
And in the movie, you see because they also try to move, closer to each other just to fight
yeah,
in the original.
yeah. But Kong's more of a wuss in that one.
I mean,
He gets burned by a atomic breath at first when they first meet, and
Yeah,
then he
the-
runs away.
It's like a minute fight.
Yeah,
Kong throws like 2 rocks and Godzilla just breathes fire, and Kong's like, all right, no, peace out.
yeah. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to fight you. But in this one, like, they did it good. They did it really well.
They were faithful. I like how they're both good guys too, but they also did a little bit of the bad Godzilla.
Yeah, they did it good.
Because in the MonsterVerse, Godzilla is the good guy. He's the ultimate good guy.
Yeah, he like restores balance and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a guardian.
Yeah,
Kinda.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the first scene in this movie, really, first cool scene, I would say.
yeah. First,
Because
like,
it starts off with Kong, inside his, monarch containment
which was
thing.
funny. That was really funny.
Yeah.
He's just like
They explained it too, because like Ghidorah destroyed Skull Island,
Yeah, which is
and
cool.
they're trying to hide Kong just to keep him safe from Godzilla. Because the lady's like, "Yeah, Godzilla will kill Kong."
Yeah,
mm.
that's a
she's
death
like,
sentence.
"Yeah, like if we release Kong, Godzilla's just come and kill him."
Yeah,
So they're trying to keep him safe on basically a destroyed Skull Island,
yeah, like a sliver of it.
because what Ghidorah did to it, it's basically destroyed.
Yeah,
It did that whole sequence kind of reminded me of like the first Shrek
I-
when he's getting
yeah,
ready.
Exactly. Yep.
I was just laughing. I was like,
Yeah,
this is
because
awesome.
he literally scratches his ass.
Yeah.
and
He's
then
a
like
monkey.
showers. I know, but it's
He's
so
an ape.
funny.
That's all. I was like, that's pretty cool. He's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
an ape.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I like how he changes his stance. Like he goes from all fours to like
Yeah, you
standing
see him
upright.
standing on all fours. He's running.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, but the scene right after that is immediately some dude sneaking through the Apex facility trying to steal information.
Yeah,
And he has
And
his
then-
own podcast. What a
Yeah.
rival.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Godzilla pops out and starts destroying the place.
yeah,
But it's only the one spot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are like, why did Godzilla only destroy the Apex facility? Why didn't he destroy the whole town?
I kind of feel like they made Monarch really dumb in this movie.
Yeah, Mark's
Yeah,
not
they
in
didn't
there
really
much.
do anything.
They didn't do much.
Especially like the dad from King of the Monsters.
Yeah, he kind of was
he
just
did
there.
nothing. He was just like, "Where's my daughter?" And I was
Yeah, it was kind of like Monarch was so heavily like in the last movie too. So I expected
In all
them
three.
to. Yeah, they've been in every movie. Like maybe in the first Godzilla, like 2014 one, they weren't like super involved. They were just kind of like in the background because it was focusing on like the Marine dude.
like, hmm
And then Skull Island, like they were kind of doing the same thing. They were in the background. They didn't want to expose what organization they were working for. But then King of the Monsters, they just go full on into it. They're like,
I also feel like that's because they wanted to show off how high tech Apex was.
I know, but like Monarch could have done something. I mean, it's not even like the Millie Bobby Brown's character was like, okay, something's up. If Godzilla's
Yeah.
only attacking Apex facilities, it should be like,
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
they're like, we need to figure out what's going on. And then I forgot who said. I think it was you, Felix. By the end, they're like, "All right, we figured it out," because it's literally happening right in front of
oh
them.
no, because I was saying like, yeah, and Godzilla's human story,
Mm-hmm.
because both kaiju, Kong and Godzilla, have like their own human story, which was kind of not balanced.
Godzilla doesn't really have any, I would say.
Yeah, but like basically Millie Bobby Brown is like Team Godzilla's story, and by the time she uncovers this conspiracy, it's already
I would
out.
say it's more of a Mecha Godzilla story because they're trying to figure out what Apex is doing.
Yeah,
And because it relates to Godzilla, because Godzilla knows what Apex is doing. He's trying to stop it.
yeah, but no one else can figure
Yeah.
it out, which is really weird to me.
I just want to know how Godzilla knows.
Well, in the previous movies, they established that Godzilla can sense, they sense the other kaiju. Because in the first 2014 movie, when the Mutos wake up and they're doing the whole echolocation talking thingy, they listen in and they figure out Godzilla's listening to their echolocation.
Yeah.
He's listening in on their talking, so he can sense it.
Is it because like Mechagodzilla is linked to Ghidorah? That's how Godzilla can.
Well, yeah, because
figure
Ghidorah is
that out?
also another thing.
It's like the bioacoustics, like in King of the Monsters.
Yeah,
they
because
kinda,
that's what
like,
they expand upon in King of the Monsters from 2014.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm just saying, like, if it's like a big mech robot, then it's like, how could he figure that out?
I
I mean,
Because they're using the Ghidorah.
I think it's also because they're trying to mimic Godzilla. Like when Mechagodzilla roars, he kind of sounds like
It
Godzilla.
is very Godzilla-like.
Like it's not like copy and pasted.
It's
but
like a Godzilla mixed with a robot mixed with Ghidorah.
yeah, and then like I think that's what Godzilla, because they said in the movie like every time they activate him, Godzilla follows it. But when they turn him off, he's
Godzilla
fine.
can sense what the humans are doing. He's like, yeah, no, this is against nature. You're gonna bring back Ghidorah
Yeah,
because they're literally using the Ghidorah skull, and Godzilla can, he senses that.
okay,
like his brain, if you will.
okie dokie.
So they even say in this movie, because that's why they wanted to hide Kong, because the moment they brought Kong out, they'll sense each other, and Godzilla does.
Yeah, he finds him.
Yeah, because when they're trying to get Kong to the Hollow Earth, they're sailing on the ocean trying to get him to Antarctica, which is like the fastest, I don't know,
Like
Earth
passageway.
tube.
Yeah, and they purposely avoid
Yeah,
all of
the
Godzilla's
Kong
territory.
lady, she's like, yeah, we mapped out the Godzilla's territory and we're going around it. We're trying to avoid him.
But he still finds him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I thought was a cool scene.
yeah,
Because you see Kong start freaking out, and the little girl who can like talk and communicate with Kong,
via sign language.
she's
not
like
like
she starts freaking
vocally.
out too, and then you see, Kong on the boat slams his fist on the boat ground and roars at the water,
Yeah,
and the lady's like, "Oh my God, Godzilla's here!"
yeah.
And then Godzilla beats the crap out of Kong.
I know she just turns and she's like, "It's Godzilla."
Yeah, because the little girl that Kong has a relationship with, like sentimental.
Don't say it like
not
that.
like no, not like just a relationship in general, like
Yeah, I
a
know.
friendship.
It's a family thing,
friendship.
yeah.
Yeah, like a family.
It's
thing.
like a familial bond.
Because Ghidorah killed all the
yeah.
natives.
If you
on
watch
Skull
Skull Island, all the native people on Skull Island are basically dead, except this
Mm-hmm.
like one little girl, and Kong basically saves her, and they communicate via sign language. Which I thought was really smart.
I thought the little girl was very touching.
And
The
I thought it
relationship.
was cool too, because the lady that's like her new guardian,
Yeah.
she's like, I've been trying to teach Kong sign language, whatever, and he showed signs of learning, but he never communicated back. And then you find out he's just been communicating with this little girl.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
all
that
thought
was
the
cool.
girl
It's all
was
about
great.
trust.
It was very interesting.
I thought it was very smart that they had Kong communicate via
Because
sign
you
language.
can feel the family connection that Kong has with the little girl.
Yeah, because in gorillas in real life, some of them can't. I mean, Coco the gorilla, she literally did the sign language, and it's only natural that a giant gorilla is smart enough to understand like sign language. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You want to add anything, Frank?
Well, pretty much with the sign language and all that communication, like Khan trusted her, so
Yeah.
the point where where she tells, why did you not trust me? So it's their communication, and that's like pretty much the last of Skull Island is between the girl and Khan reacting. So
And I think they had a stronger bond because they were both like natives to.
Yeah, she's
Skull
the
Island.
last surviving native. Kong saved her when Ghidorah destroyed the island.
Yeah. Do you think Ghidorah physically destroyed it, or was just the storms he was creating basically?
I want to say
I think it was the storms
Yeah.
mainly, because his
Yeah.
main concern was Godzilla. Godzilla is the apex alpha predator.
Yeah.
Because he was like a flying hurricane pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you could just wipe out whatever by just flying over it.
Well, if you look at it, Kong Skull Island, when they were trying to get into the island, remember
It already has the storm around it.
I'm assuming when Ghidorah was going,
Woke
Probably
up.
messed
well,
with
messed
it.
with the storm,
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah, and Kong being Kong, he probably couldn't do anything about it. You know what I mean? You can't stop a hurricane.
Yeah, I
Godzilla
don't think
couldn't
there's
do that
any way
either.
Kong could fight Ghidorah.
No.
No,
Maybe with the axe.
maybe with the axe. I still don't think with the axe.
Yeah, because took Godzilla and no.
Yeah, we'll get to the fights.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the fights.
I have a quick question though.
Okay.
What do you think that they could do next? That's not going to diminish this whole like universe, because it's like this is like top tier out of all the MonsterVerse movies. And it's like, for me, I'm not really into the whole back catalog of Godzilla, so I don't really know where they can go with it. But to me, I don't really see anywhere else, because growing up, I always thought of Mechagodzilla as like top tier Godzilla enemy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say him and Ghidorah
I would say
are really.
he's top 3. He's third. I would guess barely.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
Because
like,
Ghidorah is usually number 1. Then I
Yeah.
guess it would be Mothra, and then I guess
well, Mothra's
Mechagodzilla.
most of the time is like I think is an ally though.
Most of the time they're fighting.
I wouldn't count Mothra just because they've been allies before versus like Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla have been strict.
Yeah, but
villains.
Mothra's also one of the only other kaijus who's ever beaten Godzilla.
That's true. I don't know. I think for me, like my list for Godzilla, villains would be Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, and then like probably Mothra too. Even though like she's kinda not on the list of that, just because sometimes she's an ally.
I would say she's been more of an enemy than an ally, though.
Yeah. But to answer your question, actually, I don't really know where they would go with it. There was no post-credit scene.
Nope.
So there's no hint that they're gonna no more cave paintings on the wall to hint a new battle. And
Nope. No more news reports.
That was kind of sad, yeah.
yeah, because I know their contract, like the agreement between Toho and like Warner Brothers or Legendary, is like over this year. Like this was the last movie in their contract that they could do. I don't know if they're gonna renew it, and if they do, I have no idea where they can like go with this movie cinematic universe, where it wouldn't like make it either way too cheesy, redundant, or like diminish it basically. Because it's just the only thing I could think of is like if they bring back Ghidorah somehow, or I don't know how.
Well,
I don't know what they would
I kind of
do.
want is them to introduce the son of Godzilla.
Oh, that'd be kind of tough though.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah,
Because not even the Japanese movies do it good, really.
I feel like okay. So here's the thing: they
Except
could
for like
do.
1 or 2 times.
They could do like a ancient times Godzilla movie.
Probably, maybe.
I feel like that's the only route they can go. That's my opinion.
Because we see the Godzilla city. So
Yeah.
obviously ancient humans who built it and like worshipped Godzilla.
you know what they could do? They could do the war between the ancestors of Kong and Godzilla. That
That'd
would
be cool.
Yeah, that would be a cool movie.
It'd
where
be
it's in,
Godzilla versus Kong 2.
Well, remember
Yeah.
the Godzilla, he existed back then.
yeah,
Yeah. Godzilla's already lived through it. It would be the same Godzilla.
yeah,
Different Kongs, but same Godzilla.
yeah. Well, we don't know how old that Godzilla in this movie like really is. You know what I mean? I know in the comics they don't really mention it.
No, but it's heavily implied that he's from the ancient times.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think they'd have to go with like an ancient war. Like they could call it
or they could do
Godzilla
with
Ancient
the
War.
more aliens, because Godzilla's fought aliens a bunch of times too.
Yeah, but that I feel like
But
that'd be too
that would
cheesy.
be tricky as well.
Space Godzilla.
Oh God, no. That would be way too cheesy. Go ahead, Phil.
What about Mecha Ghidorah?
They already did this. They did it.
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah. I feel like if they do too many mecha, it'd just be like cheap.
Yeah, like if they were gonna do Mecha, they had to do one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't do both. Like you can't do Mecha Godzilla and then just be like, all right, well that didn't work.
So wait, I'm just thinking right now. Is that skull the same Ghidorah head from the end credit scene then?
From King of the
From
Monsters,
King of the
yeah.
Monsters?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to kind of touch on that actually. Where is Jonah? He was the one that bought the
Yeah.
skull. Where did he go? Like, where was
Well,
you know?
it's not explained, but I can just assume that the Apex Cybernetics sent him to like go buy it for him, or there was some deal
I
that they
could
made.
see them getting it somehow, but yeah, that does leave a little bit of an plot hole.
Yeah, because that was like he was like the main bad in King of the Monsters, and he was like, "We'll take it."
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, and then like they don't even mention him.
And in this movie, the Ghidorah skull shows up.
Sorry, what the
So
heck?
it's like,
Well, I mean, you don't really watch these movies for the plot.
I know,
Yeah, you do.
but
Yeah, you do.
I mean, it would have been nice for them to explain it,
Yeah,
like even if they just stole it from him or killed him off. Like,
But it,
yeah,
it
just
does
have
not
some
ruin the
continuity.
movie, though.
no, I don't think it ruins the movie. I'm just curious, you know. I'm
I-
just kind of like,
Yeah, this
whoa,
is a super
what
nerd
happened?
thing to find out.
Yeah,
I do really like the guy that plays Jonah though. He plays Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones, and he's just like such a great villain that I wish they would have kept him for this
yeah, I agree.
movie, because he can do a villain performance excellently.
Yeah, I heard that he can do a really good villain.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite part of the entire movie I mean, is obviously the main Godzilla versus King Kong
Well,
fight.
let's talk about the Kong storyline first for a second, because we haven't really touched on Kong
that's true.
or Godzilla's characters in this movie.
That's true. Well, we kind of touched on Godzilla. Like,
Well, we touched on all of it a little. The only one we really talked about was Mechagodzilla.
do you guys want to start off Kong's story, like what you liked about it and stuff?
I mean, it all just, to me, it all circles back to like his relationship with the little girl. I feel like that's just the heart of it. Most of this movie, I'd say, is like, it's just spectacle to me. Like, it's a movie that you watch to just be impressed by the visuals and the action. You don't really watch it for the story. But that's the only thing that I really found attractive, I would say, about the whole Kong storyline is just his relationship with this little girl, and she's like, oh, go find your family, possibly. And then he's like, I trust this girl, I'm gonna go find my family or whatever's left. And so he commits to the mission because of her. She's really like his motivation for most of the movie.
Which was, I feel like that was a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad they stayed away from like Kong being fascinated by a blonde woman. It was more like they were just kind of like family with each other.
I do like that shot at like the end with Kong on the building. It was kind of like the old Kong movie.
Where he's
Kong
hanging off
movie where
on
he's
like poster.
He's on like the Empire State Building or whatever. I thought that was a really cool callback.
Yeah, they had a. Oh, sorry, Frank. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was
About your Kong story.
Oh yeah.
What'd you like about it and stuff?
So I would like it because the more like, okay, in the beginning he's just like a regular ape, but when they tell that he was intelligent, then
yeah,
they were like, okay, and Kong's not this stupid monkey, he's more intelligent. And then throughout the movie, we get to see how he became this like warrior from Hollow Earth, like all these not like flashbacks, but like all the stuff that he goes through, like going through the Hollow Earth, and then going through that big rock where he found the axe and all that stuff, and he felt like he was king down there. You know what I mean?
I totally get you. Yeah.
And then it was just like Kong was afraid just to leave home, but in reality, when he went to Hollow Earth and near the end of the movie, he's like, okay, this is my home, this is my territory, I am king here.
Yeah, and I feel like they did a good job with that. Like, yeah, like Godzilla's king of the surface world, but like obviously if Godzilla went to the Hollow Earth, he'd be king there too, because Kong wouldn't be able to do anything. Well, but I kind of like how they gave Kong that king title.
Yeah, his own like kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Without him beating Godzilla to where fans would be upset. Because I'm gonna be completely honest, if King Kong won that fight, I would have been like a little disappointed. Because of like how they built up Godzilla with the cinematic universe, it wouldn't make any sense to just take that away from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Godzilla is stupid powerful. You see it in King of the Monsters, and you see it in this movie too.
Yeah, so that's why I would say, not trying to sound biased or anything, but Godzilla would have to win. Like, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, some people were trying to think that like maybe they were gonna do an underdog kind of come up from behind thing for Kong, but I'm glad that they didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm happy they didn't do that, because that would have just kind of killed the other three movies that Godzilla kind of put the foundation for, and then Kong just comes and beats him.
Yeah, it would have been a giant letdown.
Yeah.
Well, Kong's storyline this movie is that he's angry that he doesn't have a home. He misses his home, because Skull Island got destroyed and they're keeping him inside of the cage. And he's angry. He keeps throwing giant spears, at the cage, wanting to be set home. He doesn't feel like he belongs. Sort of. Like he doesn't have a home.
Yeah.
He doesn't have, like a people besides the little girl.
Yeah.
And so when they're trying to get him to the Hollow Earth, when he finds Hollow Earth, he finds his home, he finds his kingdom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's trying not to get killed by Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because they were keeping him in the cage for a reason, which was to keep him safe from Godzilla.
Yeah, because the lady literally said, the lady who like take care of the child too, and like is a scientist lead on Kong. She's literally like, if you take him out of here, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, she literally says that a couple times. She's like, we need to avoid Godzilla. Godzilla will kill Kong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're like, we got to get Kong to the Hollow Earth because the evil corporation is pushing that plot along, because the plot moves with Kong a lot.
Yeah, I would say that's true. Kong kind of is like the driving plot,
Mhm.
you know, and then Godzilla's like, I don't know, they kind of balanced it really well.
That's,
for
yeah,
me.
because
I'd
that's
say
when
that-
Godzilla comes in, though. Is
Yeah.
that he's trying to... Godzilla is the king of all monsters.
Yeah.
All right, Kong can have his own little kingdom, but that's the way of Godzilla keeping, it in check, keeping the world in check. Because Godzilla's doing two things this movie. He's trying to stop the Apex, evil company, and he's trying to make sure that, Kong's not going to mess anything up in the world at the same time. Because they're rivals and, ancient rivalry. Godzilla's like, yeah, you're not going to,
Take over.
take my spot.
Yeah.
I'm the protector of the planet.
I'd say that Kong definitely took the A plot of this film.
Yeah, because he's the driver for the main.
Yeah,
the main
and
plot.
then Godzilla came in as the B plot, and then they met.
Well,
you know.
Godzilla's the driver for the versus plot.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that's the B plot.
Yeah. I would
and
say
then it comes together with the whole like the climactic fight, and then Mechagodzilla comes in, and then it's them two against Mechagodzilla,
I'm very, very, very happy they didn't do a Batman v Superman where it was kind of like a draw, and then they fought a
Batman still
Ultimate
won,
Force. Yeah, but like it's not a clear winner in that movie, as clear as it is in this one. You know what I mean?
Like there was a thing that stopped them. That stopped their fight, and it was Superman going, "Oh, Martha, you gotta save Martha."
Yeah.
There wasn't anything of the sort here. It was, Godzilla won.
Yeah,
And Kong almost died.
Yeah, Kong literally was fleeing for his life.
Yeah, well, that's where the Godzilla comes into play, because we first see Godzilla trying to stop Apex, and then he senses Kong, and he goes to fight him. And he barely beats him the first thing, I would say, 'cause the human warship, he destroys the entire fleet,
Yeah,
and the humans they really forced to play dead in order just to escape. So Godzilla's like, all right, fine, you're good for now.
yeah,
And then he goes off again to search for the Apex, what Apex is doing.
yeah. I feel like
Yeah, because Godzilla is trying to keep his spot. He doesn't want. He's not really looking for a fight, but he's just making sure Kong knows his place.
yeah, because it was all about submission. It wasn't like Godzilla was
He's
trying
not
to kill
trying
him.
to kill Kong.
Yeah.
Because you see this, because when Kong finally gets to like the throne room of the apes, whatever, he picks up the hammer, he places it in like the little hammer slot, the axe slot,
Yeah,
and you see the floor light up in the shape of Godzilla. So you're like, holy crap, because that kind of gives you a hint who's going to win. That the main power source
yeah,
of all the Titans is basically Godzilla's power.
yeah,
It's like, well,
yeah. What about you, Frank? Did you like the Kong story intertwining with like the versus thing and stuff?
Yeah, it was more like a build up. So like it's just one story going to the other story, and then near the end they all combine together, which is really, really good. Other than
because the
one
plots are
story.
doing their own thing. The Kong plot's going, and then you got the evil human plot pushing the Kong plot along, which is the driver for the Kong plot.
There was like 3 plots pushing each other.
And then you got the second human plot, trying to find out what Apex is doing along with Godzilla. Sort of. They're kind of the same. So there's like 3 plot lines.
Yeah,
And when they finally get Kong to the throne room and he gets the axe, that's when it really starts. Because Godzilla's like, well, shit.
Yeah,
he has this ancient axe weapon.
Godzilla literally senses him from the center of the earth.
Godzilla senses it. He's almost about to destroy the Apex stuff, too.
Yeah,
Godzilla's like, well, crap. I'm going to take care of this first instead of, finishing off Apex. Because they're not a threat right now. So he literally shoots his atomic breath. He drills with just a beam of power. Like, you're like, holy crap, Godzilla's fucking crazy.
yeah. He literally could, if he wanted to, he probably could shoot it through Earth from one end to the other. That's how powerful they make this Godzilla.
He drills down to the throne room where Kong is and roars. He's like, hey, get your ass up here.
Yeah, and Kong has like no choice because like everything's collapsing around Kong at this point.
Yeah. And then that's when the main fight starts. Kong gets up there and Godzilla's like, all right, we're
Time to
settling
do
this.
Yeah.
And Kong's like, all right, I'll beat you. And Godzilla's like,
The confidence of the axe.
you're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes into an awesome fight scene.
And then, oh yeah, so I didn't rate this movie yet.
We're waiting for
We
the
kind of
ratings.
skipped
No,
that.
I don't think either of us did.
We kind of skipped it, but I would definitely give this like a 9.5.
I would give it a 9.5 or a
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
If you're a
Well,
Godzilla fan, this would be a 10.
Yeah, if you're any kaiju fan, this is the movie for you.
Mm-hmm. It blows Pacific
Easily.
Rim out of the water.
Oh yeah, like Pacific Rim doesn't come.
So
Gosh darn.
the way that I view this movie is that if you're like a film junkie, you're probably going to give this movie like a 4.
You'll like this movie if you're a film junkie.
No, you're not going to like it. No, I'm
You're
saying
writing it off just because it's a monster movie.
like just like what do you call it? Like art house films, like people who go see like Sundance and shit. They're not going to like this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
If you like kaiju movies, you're going to fucking love this movie. And if you're like me and you have friends that like it and you kind of casually enjoy it, you're going to like it.
yeah,
Not as
that's
much
fair.
as them, though, because I didn't like this movie as much as you guys did.
yeah, you were trash talking it all the way up until now.
I was just saying,
You
I'm
were
not.
trash
Well,
talking.
hold up. Okay, so I
was
will
just
defend
saying
Cody.
that I wasn't too hot on it because you have to admit, King of the Monsters. If you're not a Godzilla fan, that movie is borderline trash.
No, it's not.
Okay, wait, hold up. Let me let me play devil's advocate here, right? Okay, if you're not a huge Godzilla fan like me and Felix and Frank and kind of Phil, King of the Monsters won't be the masterpiece movie for you only because you didn't grow up with seeing Ghidorah,
You're not going to get all
Godzilla.
the callbacks.
Exactly.
All the Easter
and I
eggs.
can see that point of view
Yeah.
from Cody because if you didn't grow up with it, that movie's going to be like a 6.
Yeah, but even if you didn't grow up, you can watch the movie and be like, that's a good movie. I like that movie. I enjoyed that movie.
I thought everything about the whole monster stuff that was cool. The human stuff, no. That's the fatal flaw of these movies for me. And I know we're talking about Godzilla versus Kong, but in King of the Monsters, Godzilla had so much help.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He had a nuke to the face and Mothra, and he still barely beat Ghidorah.
Okay, but here I can interject and counter argument that because the reason why Ghidorah was in Antarctica, like frozen, was because in ancient times when Godzilla and Ghidorah fought by themselves, Mike Dudry, the
I
director
think
of
it's
King of the
Michael
Monsters.
Dougherty.
Sorry, Michael
It's
Dougherty.
obvious Godzilla has beaten Ghidorah.
Because someone on Twitter asked him like, how did Ghidorah get in the ice? And then the director responds, Godzilla and Ghidorah fought back then, and Godzilla won.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, because here's the thing too: when Godzilla took Ghidorah under the water, there was no nuke, there was no Mothra. It was just those two, and he would have won. But the
Godzilla
humans
would've beat him.
intervened. That like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I see your point with like, but it's because of
I
the
feel
humans
again too in
that they had
Antarctica,
to nuke them.
Godzilla probably would have eventually won that because Ghidorah just runs away.
Yeah, I mean it's up that part. It's like kind of up in the air.
Up
'cause
in the
we
air a
don't-
little
we
bit,
don't
but
know.
still he runs away.
Yeah, but I feel like if the humans didn't like oxygen destroy
Almost
them,
kill Godzilla. They inhibit
Yeah.
Godzilla more than anything in that movie.
yeah, I feel like the oxygen destroyer and the nuke kind of cancel each other out because they needed to nuke them because they already like
Because they
weakened
almost killed 'em.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like if you're a kaiju fan, you're gonna love this movie.
You know, if you're a kaiju fan, you're gonna love this movie.
You're gonna like
I'd
this
say
movie.
it's like
If
essential.
you're a casual
view-
movie fan, you're gonna like the movie.
yeah.
I'd say it's like essential viewing for any kaiju fan out there, or even casual kaiju fan.
Like if you like any giant monster movie, Gamera,
Yeah.
Ultraman, King Kong, Godzilla, Pacific Rim, whatever it is, Cloverfield, you know, go
Mhm.
see this movie now.
Yes.
Is
As
a
we
must see. Yeah. But yeah. 9.5. Like if they didn't waste Sarazawa's son's character, I'd definitely give it a 10, I think, in my opinion. But that's biased for me because I'm a
Mhm.
huge Godzilla fan, and this movie just exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
For
I've been
me.
watching Godzilla since I was a kid. I've
Yeah.
seen every movie, a whole bunch.
Like we literally, like me and you were literally talking about it, and we literally almost like explained the entire movie, except for a few details. But like we almost got the movie pretty close to
we
what we
called
saw.
this entire movie.
Yeah, and it still was really good. Like we
Oh, yeah.
kind of knew what was gonna happen, but it was really good.
Hmm.
Yeah, it blew me away, and I was like Cody said, I was shaking the couch for a bit because I was just jolting.
Oh yeah,
you know.
you guys are just shaking the whole room.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Which is why this end fight with Godzilla and Kong was so fun because like the first fight's in the sea.
Mhm.
It's sort of a draw. Godzilla wins, but he just goes off. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
fine. They're playing dead. Kong's like, I survived
It's like an empty
barely.
victory for Godzilla. Yeah.
And then they come in round 2, and Kong like wins it sort of. He pushes Godzilla down in the building, and Godzilla just rests for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay, God. They even say it's like Kong won round 2.
Yeah.
Because they even admit that Godzilla won the first round. And the third round, Godzilla he's like done with Kong.
Yeah, it was like, if you don't submit, I'm gonna kill you. Kind of
Because
moment.
round 2 was basically consisting of Kong trying to hit Godzilla with his axe and trying to not get cut in half.
Yeah, with the
With
atomic breath.
atomic breath.
Yeah,
That's basically the second fight between them.
yeah.
And then Kong sort of wins it when he pushes Godzilla down. And in the third fight, Godzilla just basically he literally beats the crap out of Kong. Kong's trying to run away. He does not have his axe. He does not have the one thing that would help him at all. Kong's literally on his back trying to crawl away, and Godzilla's on all fours,
For the first
biting
time,
him all over the place. He's using his teeth. He's using all his claws. His tail. He tail whips the crap out of Kong.
Yeah,
And he almost cuts Kong's chest open.
yeah,
Well, like making scratch marks, like, hey, this is what you get.
Yeah.
I marked you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you see Kong's like, holy crap, I'm gonna die.
yeah.
And
Like,
Godzilla's like just beating the
think-
crap out of him.
Godzilla tail whips him so hard, or hits him. I don't know what it was. It was the tail whip, or just like beating the crap out of him. But he literally
He
dislocates.
tail whips him first, yeah.
Yeah, he dislocates.
I didn't
Kong's
see
arm.
that when he dislocates the arm. That might have been from the tail whip.
Yeah, or
But
falling.
but that's how he gets on the ground and starts back crawling in the first place, because he literally tail whips the crap out of Kong.
Yeah,
And then Kong literally does like what he does in Ghidorah. He stands up, puts his foot on the chest, and starts pressing down. He's like, Ghidorah.
yeah,
You know, he's like, Kong, you freaking lost.
yeah,
Stay down. And Kong's just like, they're like, okay, I lost. I'm
yeah.
dead.
He didn't challenge
He
that
was
after.
literally dying.
Yeah,
I do like how agile all the kaiju were in this movie too.
Oh, yeah, they were
It
fast.
made
yeah.
the action so much more interesting.
yeah.
Just especially Kong jumping from
Oh,
building
yeah.
to building, just
That was awesome.
being a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should the building support his weight though?
No,
no,
probably
but
not.
we
I
don't
didn't
care.
even believe that
Who cares?
Yeah.
that the ships would support his weight.
Oh, especially after that monkey jump.
The one that he was chained on, I was like, how? And then when he
Well, those
jumped
ships
on
are
him,
designed to carry ships, Cody. They literally pick up cruise liners, the giant, cruise ships. Those ships carry those.
really? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I thought like the battleship, I was like, I could believe that one,
Well,
but the one that
aircraft carrier,
Kong
I
was
can believe.
on,
No, that's a ship that's literally designed to carry ships.
oh
I thought it
but
was kind of
definitely
weird when
when
he
he was-
slammed down on the aircraft carrier.
yeah, I was like, no,
Yeah.
those are going underwater when he slams down
Yeah,
on them,
because he like jumps, lands on it,
and he jumps really high,
and
up
then
in the air,
Godzilla
too.
gets up on there, and I was like, "How?" That's where I was like, "I wouldn't support both of them." But like, reality
I
out the
I had a
window.
huge problem with the aircraft carrier from the first trailer.
Yeah, but they actually show how big it is. This one.
But this time I'm like, okay, it's more okay.
Yeah,
All right, Felix, give me some fun facts about this ship.
See,
he's showing
Oh.
him a picture on his
yeah,
phone.
it's that's what the ship is designed to do.
Yeah.
It's designed to sink in the water, for so the ships can sail over the bed, and then it's designed to rise up and literally carry ships.
That's cool.
Like there's
something
pictures of
new
this
every day.
ship carrying like ships. It's like
Yeah.
carrying like multiple ships.
I think, honestly, one of my other favorite moments in this movie is just the callback they did
See?
to King Kong shoving a tree in Godzilla's mouth.
There were a lot of callbacks.
There
to the
was a
original.
lot more than I thought there would be. And there's some, like, if you haven't seen the original King Kong versus Godzilla, it's gonna go right over your head.
Oh, yeah.
You won't pick it up. But if you've seen it, you'll instantly be like, oh wow.
I would say that the four big ones really are they literally airlift Kong, not with balloons,
Yeah,
but
I
with
mean, they still
actual
do it.
cargo choppers and
Yeah,
and ospreys, which I can see that happening. Those things can pick up weight, and they had like freaking 100 of them
yeah,
carrying Kong. So I was like, that's pretty cool. It's not balloons, but it's still a callback.
yeah, yeah.
The second one I would say would be the tree Kong shoves down
Godzilla's throat,
throat.
but
In the
it was
original,
axe.
he really picks up a tree, shoves it down Godzilla's throat.
Yeah, in this
In
one,
this movie, they're fighting.
uh-huh.
Godzilla's trying to do his atomic breath, and Kong just grabs the axe and shoves it down his throat. Like, no, you're not doing that. I don't
Yeah.
want to die.
Yeah, I love that
was
part.
that was awesome.
Yeah, every time Godzilla uses atomic breath, Kong's like, oh shit, I gotta run.
Yeah, or like avoid the mouth, like
Yeah.
stay behind him. Like I like how they made Kong intelligent, but like they're not saying Godzilla's stupid.
No,
like, he's intelligent too.
Godzilla's obviously as intelligent as Kong.
Yeah, because he knows to avoid the axe. Because you can obviously see Godzilla's like bobbing and weaving away from the axe.
But he's doing like his old school boxing,
Yeah.
from the old school movies. It's-
Even Kong, like he just dodges out of the way of the.
yeah,
the
they
atomic breath.
both know
Yeah.
what each other can do.
Yeah, they're not dumb. They're very sophisticated in at least their battle Like you can tell Kong's like trying his hardest, and then yeah,
And yeah, the third callback I would say would be the the Frankenstein electricity.
oh yeah,
Because in the original, it was supposed to be Godzilla versus Frankenstein, but they changed it to Godzilla versus Kong. But they didn't change the plot at all, really.
yeah, and then like in that
So,
old school
Godzilla
movie,
gets powers from electricity.
no, Kong gets power
Oh,
from
Kong gets,
electricity,
sorry.
and then
Mix up
this one,
words.
and then this one after Kong loses his like second fight with Godzilla.
Yeah, he's literally dying.
Yeah, he's literally dying, and they revive him with a jolt of electricity.
And it's like, that's an obvious callback.
Yeah,
Because he gets right up and he's like, all right, let's go fight Mechagodzilla.
I
After
thought
little
one of
girl's like,
I thought one of the most like gangster moment in the movie was when Kong literally like reattaches his like he
he
relocates
pops
his
his shoulder
arm.
back in.
Yeah,
Yeah, he uses a building to do it too. He's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. If you don't have like a doctor actually set it in place, you
No,
just
I know,
slam it and you
but
see
like
Kong.
the fact that he just does it and doesn't
He
even
does it,
scream.
and he puts his fist up right away, all proper boxing like too. And he's
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm gonna go freaking fight this thing,
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, and yeah, that was probably the best moment when Godzilla and Kong both team up against Mechagodzilla.
And the final callback is obviously the ancient rivalry.
Yeah,
'Cause that was a huge thing in the original one, and it's in this one.
yeah.
That's the whole reason they're fighting.
And one of my favorite parts is when like Godzilla gets up after fighting Mechagodzilla. Like the fight's over, everybody's like tired and everything. Godzilla just gets back up and he's like roaring, and then Kong like freaks out, grabs his
Let's talk
axe
about
and
the
stands
Mechagodzilla fight
up.
for a little bit, because that fight's brutal.
Yeah,
Really brutal with the Mechagodzilla. Like, I felt like he was OP with that.
Oh yeah, he was
he's
stupidly
stupidly
powerful.
overpowered.
it reminded me of like back when I was a little kid watching Power Rangers.
Mm.
And it was the two big robots fighting, except it was, Godzilla and Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, because in this movie, you watch it, and Godzilla's stupid powerful. He literally beats the crap out of Godzilla, no joke. Or
Yeah.
Godzilla beats the crap out of Kong, sorry.
yeah,
All right, and then he goes and fights Mechagodzilla, and you're like, holy crap, he's getting his ass beat.
yeah. Like not even a little bit. Not like when Godzilla was fighting Ghidorah. It was literally like a one-sided fight.
He was literally mopping the
Yeah.
floor
Yeah,
with Godzilla.
like he would grab him by the throat and drag him
Yeah,
on the floor.
he would try to grab his arm, and then like rocket pods would pop out of the shoulder and shoot him and knock him back. And Godzilla's like, well, damn, can't do that.
Yeah.
Then we'll try to do something else, and we'll just counter again. And every time Mechagodzilla punched, he had like giant, fish shock waves.
I think it was like the radiation.
Yeah, it was the power
yeah.
coming through it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was like giant fish shock waves,
Yeah.
and then its own Mechagodzilla beam.
Yeah. Which was like
yeah, that beam
really
was awesome.
overpowered.
Yeah,
Oh,
when Godzilla,
yeah.
Godzilla sees it, he's like, well, damn.
Like Godzilla got burned from that, and then he took a nuke to the face. So that beam is like no joke.
And even when Kong comes into the fight too,
Kong's like, I can't get hit by that.
yeah, Kong's trying not to die from this thing as well.
Yeah.
Godzilla's like, Kong, you need to do something.
Yeah.
And Kong's like, yeah, I'm not gonna die. Here's my axe. Shoot your atomic breath at
Which
it.
was
Charge
really
it.
cool.
Yeah, they like super combine because King Kong's like holding you now, and Godzilla's like, all right, I'll charge it up for you. You cut his limbs off,
Yeah.
and it happens.
Yeah. They did like a team up move.
Yeah, and didn't Kong cut him in half too?
Yeah. He like
No,
dismantled
he
him.
cut off every single limb and then just ripped his head off.
Oh,
He
yeah.
decapitated
Awesome.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Fatality.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he cuts his left leg off,
Yeah.
and then he cuts the arms off.
hmm
He also cuts the tail. I think Godzilla helped with the tail too, because that's after the humans disable him a little with the satellite thing.
I wish they didn't.
Yeah, I wish they didn't.
I kind of wanted
Yeah.
like full power Mechagodzilla to lose to both of them.
Yeah, but it was still cool.
No, it was still cool, but it was just like that extra little nerdy.
Yeah,
Like
and
essence,
then then he decapitates him. He slams the axe in the back of the Mechagodzilla's head and then rips it off.
Yeah.
Before all that, though, Mechagodzilla almost did the thing that Godzilla did to Dora and the Muto when he opened
Oh
his
yeah.
mouth.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
almost happened.
Mechagodzilla actually almost did the kiss of death to Godzilla.
Yeah.
And the kiss of death is when Godzilla in the 2014 movie grabs the female Muto and breathes the fire down her throat, and like it decapitates the Muto. I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, Godzilla's about to die.
Godzilla was
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
Yeah, like you can see the damage too on Godzilla. Like he was burned on the chest. He had like a big old scratch on his face and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Mechagodzilla was no joke.
How do you think Godzilla would have done if he hadn't already fought Kong before?
I still think he would have gotten his ass whooped.
Yeah,
to be honest, this
probably.
Mechagodzilla was relentless.
This Mechagodzilla was stupid powerful.
He was relentless too. He didn't give Godzilla a chance to like recuperate or anything.
It also had probably help from Ghidorah because it's basically Ghidorah 2.0.
Yeah, they don't say it, but you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They just need to make a Godzilla kind of game where like you could just pick whatever kaiju you want in the whole like Godzilla verse.
Mhm.
You fight your friends.
PS4.
I think that'd be awesome.
Godzilla PS4.
No. They need to do like a Godzilla Unleashed 2
Probably.
because the
But
Godzilla
the most
PS4
recent one
game
was the
poop.
PS4.
Yeah, I heard that was like garbage though, because all the monsters like move like super slow.
That's because they
Mhm.
wanted to stay super traditional. I mean, Japan
yeah,
loves it. It's like a
No, I know
top rated
it's-
game in Japan, but
yeah.
for a Western title, it's like it's not really a good game.
yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
No, I would buy that in a heartbeat if they ever brought it. And they had like the old school like Godzilla monsters in there, plus the MonsterVerse like kind of like some of the monsters in there.
They added the legendary.
Oh, I know, but like having like that Kong in there
Mm-hmm.
with the axe.
I heard that game is really rare to get.
Which
Yeah.
one?
The
In-
PlayStation
in the
4
West,
yeah.
Godzilla.
It's hard.
They
There was,
didn't
like-
print many copies because they knew it wasn't going to do well in the West.
and it didn't.
Because it's a Japanese title, and Japanese titles never do well in the West.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised because GameStop was doing commercials with it, or like in their store where they like show like trailers and then, pre-order Godzilla today.
Because
They put hell in the marketing for that game too.
yeah, because a lot of people thought it was gonna be like Godzilla Unleashed, but it ended up being like not.
hmm
No.
Yeah, but the developers obviously put a whole lot of love in that game. Yeah, but
All right.
anyways,
Yeah.
All right, final thoughts.
All right. You guys start. I'll go last.
All right, I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, it's an 8 out of 10. Just being like a kaiju adjacent fan, I'd say.
Yeah. More of like casual.
Like super casual.
Yeah.
Like gamers who only like play like Call of Duty and Minecraft.
Yeah.
You calling
the
me
8
out?
means something from Cody, who was talking crap about this movie.
I was
Before.
because I watched King of the Monsters like maybe a month ago, and it was my first time watching it.
And today.
Well, yeah, today was my second time,
Yeah.
and I was just like, yeah, still not really a big fan.
Yeah,
I wasn't
you wrote this
expecting.
movie off.
I didn't write it off, but I wasn't expecting much.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Hopefully it'll be better, at least better than King of the Monsters for me. And it was really awesome.
Mhm.
8 out of 10. I'm pretty sure it's going to go down the more I think about like the little, like tiny little details.
Yeah. Which is natural.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's one of those movies that's not too deep. It's just mostly spectacle, like a Marvel movie. You sit there, you watch it for the action,
Mhm.
the excitement, and
Yeah.
you come away being like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Mhm.
Frank?
Like I said, my rating 9 out of 10. This is going to be mostly recommended for anyone that enjoys Godzilla and all the kaiju monster movies. Short and simple, I would watch it again if I want to. Well, watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow too.
Watch it again just to get the whole movie. But yeah, this is going to be good for everyone that's, new to Godzilla. Or, some that are, veterans of Godzilla, fans of Godzilla. But, alright, I enjoy it.
I'll give my review now, and I'll give it a 9.
There you go, Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
I give it a 9. Also, if you're a Destiny fan, and if you don't know, Zavala is in there.
And he fails to say this video.
Oh
again.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Isn't
didn't
that-
save the last city, Guardian.
Isn't that also the same guy from John Wick, the concierge?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I
It's the
love
same
him.
guy.
He's awesome.
He has a nice
He's
voice.
alright.
Yeah.
Felix, do you want to go? Give your final thoughts.
As a movie fan, this is 9 out of 10. If you're a super Godzilla fan, that's a 10 out of 10. This movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. This whole series, all 4 movies are fantastic. The 2014 one was amazing.
Mm.
Kong Skull Island was amazing. Then King of the Monsters happened, and that movie is just fantastic. That was literally like probably one of my, if not my favorite Godzilla movie.
Mm.
And then this one's like, you watch and you're like, holy crap, this puts King of the Monsters out of the water.
Yeah. And that was something I was afraid of too. Like, how do you beat King of the Monsters? And they easily did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was something we were worried about. Because you're like, how can Godzilla fight Kong after fighting Ghidorah? Like, have people seen King of the Monsters?
Yeah.
There's no way Kong could fight. And in this
Yeah.
movie, it's like, all right, this movie's cool.
Yeah. My final thoughts. I would have to agree with you. If you're a movie fan, like just for the spectacle, like even if you're casual, you can easily give this a 9 out of 10. And if you're an OG like Godzilla fan who's seen a lot of the material and stuff, it's a 10 easily. Like, maybe that's just a hype brain, probably is. After I see this movie a couple more times, you never know. But what I saw, I really loved, and I really hope they continue the MonsterVerse because they're doing such a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But it did feel like this was like a concluded,
Yeah.
like,
At the same
story.
time, it's like, where do they go from this?
Yeah, like if they ended it here, cool. I'm fine with it. They kind of like did their cinematic thing, and I feel like they did a good job by not letting it get too long. Like the MCU's kind of done with the Infinity Saga. But yeah,
Because it
that's
ends
my final
beautifully.
thoughts.
Kong goes and becomes, king of the Hollow Earth, out of the way of everything. Mechagodzilla's dead. There's no more giant monster threats, and Godzilla just goes back in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like he's done before.
Yeah, and I feel like
It was a good send-off.
yeah, it was a good. I think they wrapped up their overall like 4-movie story.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was great,
Kong loses, Godzilla wins.
as it should be.
I would like to thank everybody for listening. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Always helps us out. Like, follow, share.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have anything to add?
Yeah, all the support is welcomed. Like anything you guys want to critique us on, we're always open to feedback. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, we're new. We're still
Yeah.
learning. So
We're getting there.
yeah, we're doing this for fun mostly.
Yeah.
So
All right,
Thank you.
so
All right, we're gonna go to bed
thank
now.
you. Make sure you guys tune in next week to our regularly scheduled program.
Yep.
Variety topics.
Oh yeah, much more variety.
More topics.
all right.
All right.